Hi there, friends. I'm Vasco. I'm part of the team behind the first global Scrum Master Summit. If you're a Scrum Master, the Scrum Master Summit is a place to learn, to share, and to meet new friends. We will have lots of live sessions where you can meet and network with other Scrum Masters from all over the globe. So make sure you check it at bit.ly/SM Summit and the numeral 21. That's bit.ly/SMSUMMIT21. We have 7 amazing keynotes or more, as we are still organizing the conference as I record this, and 8 tracks that feature people like you and thought leaders sharing their insights and knowledge to help you become an awesome Scrum Master. So once again, check it out at bit.ly/SM Summit 21. That's all lowercase, all one word, SM Summit and the numeral 21. I'll see you on the virtual conference floor. All right, now on to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday this week with Ines Garcia. Hi, Ines. Welcome back.
Hello, everyone.
So, Ines, on Thursdays, we like to talk about what success means for us as Scrum Masters. And one of the most important tools in our toolbox for that, of course, is the retrospective. So share with us, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
It's tough to choose one. I think anything that brings laughter is so important. Laughter is a form of social bonding and group coordination. So it brings tension down and builds relationships on a safe space. So whichever format, I think is important to try to sprinkle some laughter, maybe by capturing some of the team expressions during the sprint and then using that on the retro percent. Also, I must admit that may not always be appropriate. But a classic format, if I need to choose one that I like, is the start, stop, continue. But I use 5 columns because I think it's also important to talk about things that we should do more of and things that we should do less of. I like it because it's a structure that helps to bring to tangible stuff, so actions. Also, another short exercise that I like to do is the My Needs card. I think I borrowed that from the Advanced Scrum Master training. And it's basically like you give everybody a frame, like a user story frame. As a X type of person, I need XYZ. So I request from the team, blah, blah, blah. And no one can argue with that. And it comes from the heart. So, we focus on that collective genius, yet we all individuals and voices to be heard. So this My Needs card is relatively short, but I think it's very powerful to give everybody the ability to ask the rest of the team something that is valuable for them.
It's also, if I understand correctly, kind of explicitly giving the team members permission to ask for help.
Yes. And I think one of the nicest ones was actually last week. I ran this exercise with a relatively new team, and I asked everyone to get their needs card ready. Once they were ready, to switch all the cameras off. Once everybody turned the cameras off, I asked to whoever was ready to put the camera on and read their needs card to everybody. Once they finish, switch it off, and somebody else would turn it on. And it was really nice. We were using the tools that we had. I think sometimes we forget simple things like this. And it gave the focus to whoever was asking for something, all complete focus without nonverbal communication or comments or anything. So it was really nice. And even today on planning, the teams were already referring to things that came from that little exercise.
Absolutely. And one of the beautiful things when we create this space where people can ask for help and are expected to ask for help, we also at the same time create the space for someone in the team to generously offer that help. And when we do that, of course, great things happen, which is why we like to talk about success and try to understand success from the Scrum Master's role perspective. So Ines, share with us, what's success for a Scrum Master in your mind?
So I think I'm going to give two frames here. It's a difficult one, but one I'll be borrowing from Daniel Pink, which is the frame of autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So when you think about autonomy for your team, you want to look at having way too many meetings or having very long time to reach to a decision, or having when you can observe the lack of constant delivery. Those are kind of highlights where you have lack of autonomy that you need to work on. The other one is mastery. So because we do want to become better at what we do, so look at the cycles, look at the alignment on your dailies. Are we hardening the product for better? Do we have more deployments, better quality? Do we have proactive monitoring and performance into the new things that we're pushing to market? Are we trying out new tech? It's important to constantly learn as a collective genius, so that we all have the ability to learn from each other's. And then purpose, which is that common goal. So the efforts are clearly aligned with the vision. Are we wowing our customers, right? Are we talking about that value? So that could be from like engagement on the community, or diagnosing, or the conversation. So the narrative is about all together towards the common goal, rather than them or they versus us. So I think that's a good one to pick up in terms of purpose. That will be maybe one frame that can help Scrum Masters to quantify. Another one, which is my own, is the ABCs. So acknowledge, better, bet. So acknowledge is the contrary of complacency, and understanding where each individual and as a team, where we stand, where do we see, and if we see areas of improvement. So one easy way maybe to look at this is when you're doing retrospective and you come up with actions, bring out two buckets, one bucket that says in, one bucket that says out, and just ask people to plot the things into either things that somebody else needs to fix for us, or things in the in bucket, things that we can control, so we have understanding of our own improvement. And that's going to give you and the team a visual representation of where do we think we have autonomy to fix our own problems. So are we acknowledging things that we can make the difference with? So acknowledge so that you can be better. That's the B. So we thrive for that mastery. So we don't run out of ideas or things to try to become better. And that we can take kind of scientific method to bets, which is the last one, and which informs, if we're gonna persevere or are we gonna pivot. It's about being curious, which is the C.
Absolutely. Two great frames. Like, do you have like your own, as Scrum Master, your own approach to reflecting and learning from your experience within these two frames? Like, how do you do it? How do you make these frames come to life in your own career as a Scrum Master?
So every end of the week, and I think this is a little tip that I picked up from this podcast. It was to, at the end of the week on Friday, I always plot 30 minutes. It's little time, but to look at the week and see how am I helping the team to be that mirror, so they can see themselves, that acknowledgement of where they are, of that becoming better with bets, and all the little things that I've been talking about. Is I give myself a pause at the end of the week, and I look at the things that I have tried and which one worked, which didn't, and what am I gonna try next week. And sometimes small things, such as using a different word, is very powerful. So I'm saying bets now because you just want for the team to reduce resistance and try something, rather than discuss for a very long time what will be the ultimate solution to a problem. What are the different things we can try, and out of those, which one we're going to try next week? So, little things, even, words changing makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I do like that routine. That's also the routine I choose to use. Of course, there's many different routines, but another option is to have a colleague, right? And just make sure you book half an hour in the calendar where you help each other. You share what you've done and share what you've learned, and they share what they've done and they share what they've learned, and this creates this peer accountability, if you will. And these days, with so many people stuck at home, I'm sure everybody would appreciate talking to a friend, a colleague, without the expectation of doing yet another boring meeting, or without the expectation of being, 100% focused and trying to help a team, but really just being listened to, right? I think that might be a good opportunity. What do you think about that, Ines?
Yeah, the team, when we were talking about the team of 40 people, actually the organization was quite big and there were few Scrum Masters. And one of the things that we started doing, it was just to come together, the Scrum Masters, once every month, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month. And we'll just go through the motions that just happened since last time. So, and that was really interesting to not only find out what other Scrum Masters were trying or struggling with, but also it gave each other a perspective of the whole product line and where each one of us were contributing to. And that was really valuable as well for conversations that we had to do to help each other to unblock things and align between teams. So yeah, I think, bouncing each other's ideas is, or just a soundboard, is very powerful.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing your own experience with us, Ines.
Thank you, everyone.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.